Are you looking for a new football news app? I've already told you for the last 2 months that I'm looking for a football news app. Why are you still asking me this question? Then make sure to check out OneFootball down in the description below for all of your football news, transfers and rumours. Whether you're a Liverpool fan, a Barcelona fan or even an Alfreton Town fan, it has them on it as well. Just get it downloaded. So, hello there everyone and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it is time for yet another episode of our FIFA 19 Wolves career mode, and today we are getting down and dirty in the transfer window. It is time for deadline day and a ridiculous climax of a huge amount of signings and deals that need to be done. Last episode, the transfer window exploded into life late on after we sold Jonathan David to Hoffenheim, as you can see here, for a club record sale of £21.5 million. That has sparked the need to bring in a new striker. A lot of you guys wanted me to bring in a new winger as well, and the funds for this deal have enabled us to do all of those. With all of that transfer activity going on, it would be easy to forget that we've even got games to play at some point during this episode. We've got West Ham in the league at the end of January, and then a further 2 league games against Manchester United and Swansea. First things first though, let's get the easy stuff out of the way. Munir was your player of the episode from last time, and it's no real surprise. The guy was absolutely on fire. 3 goals, I do believe, during the course of the last episode, which now means he scored 17 in 33 appearances since joining on a free transfer. Munir scraped up 78% of the votes for player of the episode, but there were other people who at least got some votes in that poll. Diogo Jota claims 2 points, which now moves him on to 14, and Adama grabs 1. Now though, the big one, and this is a potential new winger coming into the club and a potential very good player joining as well. I give you guys the choice of 3 players to come in and be our new winger. The choices were Wilfried Zaha of Palace, Bruma from RB Leipzig, and David Neres of Ajax, the young Brazilian. And it was oh so close, probably the closest it's been in a poll for signing a new player. Only 4% of the votes separating first and second. Crucially though, David Neres was only second to Wilfried Zaha. We'll be signing the Ivorian from Crystal Palace hopefully between now and the end of deadline day, but because money will be quite tight, I'm going to have to delegate this one, so he won't be available for the first game of this episode because the deal just won't have been agreed. Now, crucially, along with this, it's a £28.7 million plus deal because there's a player involved. Johnny Otto, the left-back from Spain, has been very underwhelming during the course of this season and has lost his starting place to Ruben Vinagre. Hence, we don't really need him as much as maybe we need Wilfried Zaha. However, it would probably be a good idea to bring in a backup left-back to Vinagre in this window, so we're now going to have to be stupidly busy. Now though, the calm before the transfer storm. There's going to be a lot kicking off after this West Ham game, but we've got to get through this one first at the Molineux. Johnny Otto also gets his last chance to impress potentially before he goes to Crystal Palace because Vinagre is fatigued. Alright, game time then between Wolves and West Ham. I'd be lying if I said I could remember what happened when we last faced them in the league, but I do remember I think we beat West Ham 4-0 in the cup recently, and we're a very high scoring team generally. As you can see, 43 goals across the course of the league season is joint best only with the league leaders Manchester United, who still sit 1 point above us. Corner's going to get swung in now by Ruben Neves. Harry Maguire is in there to aim at. It'll go towards Renato Sanchez, who gets his head on it. It's just over the bar. Neves, though, has won that in a dangerous area for West Ham. He's played it forward towards Sancho, who wins it and plays it to Martinez, and that is 1-0. I'm surprised, in all honesty, that Sancho managed to get his head on that, but he has done, and he's laid it off for Martinez to score, and we take the lead in the 18th minute of the game. Lovely stuff. West Ham creating their own problems, really, giving the ball to Neves. Thought the ball to Sancho wasn't a great one, actually. It made Sancho have to work to get the ball, but he worked well, and he manages to nod it into Martinez, who gives us the lead. Now we can come forward on the counter. This is a good opportunity for a counter as well, as Martinez has got Munir with him. Sancho overlapping. Sancho can put the ball in. It's towards Sanchez. And that is 2-0 inside half an hour. Sancho gets another assist. And this time it's Renato Sanchez who adds himself to the score sheet. I am not sure about the celebration, Renato. but he's doubled our lead regardless, so do I care? Absolutely not. Really good ball in as well from Sancho. The diving header from Sanchez is actually straight at the keeper. 2-0 inside half an hour, and we look pretty comfortable in all honesty in this game. Not like home and dry, there's still a long way to go, but West Ham haven't offered all that much so far. A little bit behind Martinez, but he can clip that over brilliantly now for Diogo Jota, who's in space. It's Diogo Jota, well saved by Adrian, though. That could have been 3-0 in the first half. Lovely passing to get out of trouble there from ourselves. Neves with a bit of luck to keep hold of the ball, but he's still got it. Munir, that can get clipped over the top there for Renato Sanchez, and it's just wide. That deserved a finish. That was an unreal little move. Sanchez going for the first time volley. Adrian was rooted to the spot. Benzema, I believe. Harry Maguire's with him. The ball in has evaded him, but Upamecano's done so well. I think he used the back of his head, and Munir does the same as well. Benzema out wide. Great ball in. Really important challenge, though, sorry, from Upamecano. Saves us there. I think we should be home and dry now with the amount of time left, and now Moutinho brings the ball forward. He'll find Josef Martinez, who unleashes the shot. Well saved by Adrian. Comes to Sancho, but blocked by Rosier. Sancho with the ball over the top into Munir. Lovely flick from him. Goes for the volley, and saved by Adrian. That was a spectacular effort from Munir. Game done then. A little flurry at the end, but generally speaking, a pretty bland second half, which is fine with us because we were 2-0 up inside the first 45. But Jadon Sancho, the one making most things happen, grabbing both the assists and may well grab man of the match as well. And a 9.4 rating for Jadon Sancho means he does get man of the match. 9 rating as well for Neves, who ran midfield in fairness. You may not have seen it as much in the highlights, but he was phenomenal in that game. Overall, though, another win and yet another pretty comfortable one. Unfortunately for us, Manchester United also pick up the 3 points against Crystal Palace, so we're still not top of the table. Alright, so as you can see, we've managed to reach an agreement for Crystal Palace winger Wilfried Zaha. The Ivorian is going to be joining the club once we go ahead and review this one. 85k in wages has been agreed, so a slight bonus in terms of what he's on right now, but a 27-year-old is going to be getting a 3-year contract, and Johnny Otto is going to be going in the opposite direction, so theoretically, we should definitely see Johnny Otto later in the season. Don't think we played Palace twice already, so, and he's a good player, he's 81 rated, so I imagine he'll walk into that side at left back. But there you have it, Wilfried Zaha is going to be becoming a Wolves player. I would have loved to have done it on the negotiation screen, so you saw all the cutscenes and stuff, but I think we would have ended up spending an extra £3 million, which we can't really afford to burn. £12 million now to spend on bringing in a backup left back and a backup striker. Now, the first thing I want to do in terms of this transfer window, because I know now we need to bring in a left back and potentially a backup striker, but I think the striker is less important right now than the left back, so we're going to go in for a left back first. However, it is quite difficult to nail down a player that we can actually afford. So in case you haven't realized, realistically, we're going to be doing a trade deal here, and I know I do realize you get scammed on these, okay? If we've got players we don't need, we might as well scrape £5 or £6 million off a transfer fee. So that's what I'm going to do this time. So Rafael Guerreiro is hopefully going to be, he's like my #1 target really from United. So Matt Doherty is an option, to be fair, 75 rated. I mean, Mbabu plays there. Wan-Bissaka's very capable. They want 18.2. No, Jose Mourinho, end the negotiations right there. Same story now with Southampton. We throw Matt Doherty on the table for them in the hope of trying to sign Ben Chilwell. However, they don't want Matt Doherty. They want a fullback, but they don't want Matt Doherty. Let's try Moutinho then. Those are going to be the two options for all of these trade deals, so we'll try that. They want £9 million plus Moutinho. That's a lot more manageable, but it still doesn't leave us with all that much in terms of a transfer budget. So I'm going to have to bring this down a little bit. So we're going to try, I think we're going to have to try £6 million here instead of 9 and see what they say there. That's a better offer. Okay, that is not bad. But Ben Chilwell, João Moutinho, who we, I mean, sometimes use, plus 6 million. That is not bad. Now, at this point, we're on to deadline day. However, we still got 10 hours left, so I feel I can afford to delegate this one. Again, make sure we're spending as little money as humanly possible. So that's what we're going to do. It's yet another exchange deal. The issue here, however, is we have absolutely no idea what Ben Chilwell is going to be on in terms of wages. Now, I think a safe bet for someone like Ben Chilwell and his quality and however much he'd have been on at Leicester striker. Probably about 45 to 50k. This is a risky deal, I've got to say. I don't know what Ben Chilwell's potential is on this version of the game. I don't know what his rating is. You could arguably say this is a bit of a panic buy. And there we have it. A deal has been accepted for Ben Chilwell. João Moutinho is going to be going in the opposite direction. So this is mental. We've done 2 trade deals. We've got rid of what? Johnny Otto and now João Moutinho. So Ben Chilwell is going to be our second signing now of this January transfer window and the first of hopefully 2 on deadline day. We've done some good business so far, but I haven't actually shown off how good the players really are. So Wilfried Zaha, the first player we brought in, 83 rated, that lovely 5-star skill moves, really good pace, 88 agility, 81 composure as well. His strength isn't too bad. His ball control and dribbling are obviously going to be pretty much second to none of anyone in this side, and his crossing is really, really good as well. And then secondly, we've got this man here, Ben Chilwell, who is, I'm not gonna lie, better than I was expecting him to be. £6 million plus João Moutinho seems like a steal now for Ben Chilwell. He's 79 rated. He's considerably better actually than Ruben Vinagre rating wise. He's as good as Kevin and Babu, so that improves our defensive overall quite a lot. High attacking and defensive work rate, 3-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves for a 23-year-old who I imagine can grow to somewhere in the early 80s. We've got £7 million, 56k in wages to go and bring in a backup striker. Now, as you can see from the list of strikers, there's an abundance of players that I had looked at during the course of this window, in the knowledge we were probably going to have to bring in another striker. Timothy Weah from PSG, Mbolo from Stoke, although he was poor when we played them last episode, Lautaro Martinez, Patrick Cutrone, people like Batshuayi and Andre Silva and Rafael Leao are far too expensive really. Leao, we're getting at a minimum of £11 million. We've only got 7 to spend. So, interestingly enough, the only player we're actually left with is this man here, Krzysztof Piatek. Now, don't get me wrong, I love this guy and I love his story. He's just signed for AC Milan in real life, but he's still playing for Genoa in my save. He had not got the best potential in the world at the start of the game, and you've got to bear in mind this career mode save comes from the start of the game. So we can go in for him. So £4.5 million is his current value. We've got £7 million at our disposal. And first of all, we're just going to offer what he's worth. We're going to go straight in with £4.5 million, and they've accepted that straight off the bat. Fair enough. I mean, usually the value is significantly lower than what they'll actually accept, but in this instance, it isn't. Given we've got a bit of cash to spare and a bit of time to spare, I'm also going to go into negotiations for Krzysztof Piatek here, and we'll actually get to see the cutscenes and stuff. Now, wages-wise, this could be a sticking point because I don't know what he's on. We could just play it safe because we're not going to sign anyone else in this window. We've got a decent amount of money left over. 50k, let's give him a flipping 300k signing bonus. I know we're probably paying over the odds there, but does it matter? Not really. Krzysztof Piatek then joins from Genoa to become our final bit of business on a hectic transfer deadline day. As you can see, here he is. He's only 72 rated. I was hoping he was going to be more like 74 or 75, to be honest. He seems like a decent enough player from his attributes. As you can see, if we go across, his pace is okay. 83 jumping as well is good. Strength is pretty decent. His finishing is up at 74, which is higher than his overall. So Piatek now is a very, very good backup. I've got to say, I feel like the shortlist for January Player of the Month is a little bit biased there. And that concludes the January transfer window. A frantic one in the end, and it didn't seem as if it was gonna be. But if you thought the action was ending there, you'd be sorely mistaken. It's time for a top-of-the-table clash away at Old Trafford. Winner of this will be leading the table by the end of the day. Ben Chilwell's going to be making his debut in this extremely important game. Zaha, though, is on the bench, so you won't see him make his first start just quite yet. It's the usual suspects, I guess, relatively speaking, versus the young pretenders. Wolves have not been in a position like this before, I think it's fair to say. Now, Manchester United actually broke our title hopes last year. They broke Wolves' hearts last year, coming back from behind through the help of Danny Parejo, who they've signed from Valencia, to come back from 2-0 down to win the game 3-2. Similar thing here would be not welcomed at all. However, we could take the lead early on, but Jadon Sancho challenged right at the death. Obviously, that game that I mentioned before where they broke our hearts in the league, but then we obviously beat them in the Carabao Cup final. to win some silverware. So it's been back and forth between both sides, actually. Quite a cool little rivalry. Lingard again. Chilwell does a good job to stop his fellow countryman. Good stuff on his full Wolves debut so far from Ben Chilwell. Chilwell's had the beating of Lingard so far, and he's won himself a throw-in off the Manchester United forward as well. This is a really impressive debut so far from Ben Chilwell. Quiet first half an hour here. It's been a pretty cagey start to this one, as you would probably expect. There's a lot on the line here, even though we're early on in the season. So Dharma out wide here is Joseph Martinez, forced a little bit wider than he would have hoped. Now into Ruben Neves, though, who can let fly. Well saved by De Gea. Munir into Ziyech. That can be clipped over the top in towards Adama Traore. It's a really weak effort. It's bouncing around, though, and Martinez puts it in. Oh my word, what has happened to Manchester United there? 7 minutes of the first half to go. A complete miscommunication between David De Gea and Davinson Sanchez, and we're ahead in fortuitous circumstances in such an important game. That effort from Adama was a shot. It wasn't even a cross. I wish I could protect the kid, but he scuffed it massively. But oh my word, Manchester United has given us a gift. They've wrapped it up themselves and presented it to us. Maguire out here into Chilwell. Down the line is Jadon Sancho. We're looking for more. And at the back stick is Adama Traore. He should have done more with the header, though. Parejo, Lingard back to Parejo again. His shot, though, is wide. Parejo obviously scored 2 goals in that famed league fixture last year. Don't want to give him an opportunity to get a sighter now. In fact, he's just come off, actually. That's his final action. He's replaced by Fred. Jadon Sancho on the ball. This is still Jadon Sancho. It'll fall to Munir. It's come back to Munir again. It's blocked once more. Adama tries to put it in, but it's way too close to De Gea. As Alexis Sanchez also comes on. Wilfred Zaha, though, makes his Wolves debut and receives the ball almost immediately. Into Ruben Neves, over into Hakim Ziyech. It's Hakim Ziyech with the shot. And it looked as if it might have been nestling in the top corner. Instead, it is a little bit high and a little bit wide. Into Martial. Good ball towards Alexis Sanchez off the bench. And he only finds the side netting. That had Jackson in issues. For the first time in this game, United with a real sighter at goal. Ruben Neves here with a little bit of space. Wilfred Zaha through the middle. He tries to get there, just can't put enough on it. It was almost going to fall to Joseph Martinez, but great movement from Zaha and a great ball from Neves. Alexis Sanchez all the way back again from United. One long ball forward. It's hopeful. Maguire gets it clear, only as far as Fred. Allen swings and only scoops it over the bar. And with 40 seconds only left of this football match, it looks like we might just be able to hold on. Maguire's going to pump that one long in towards Wilfred Zaha, and it reaches him as well. Tries to flick it over Pogba, and that is the end of the game. Another vital victory in the league, this time over the leaders. We claim top spot in the Premier League with a 1-0 win. That scrappy goal at the end of the first half is enough to win it for us. It definitely won't go down as a classic, but Ruben Neves was your man of the match within it. 9.3 rating for him. He was, again, brilliant. Now it's time for the final action of today's episode, and it's a home league game against newly promoted Swansea City. Now, last time we faced these guys, we won in a similar fashion to what we did against United with a really scrappy goal. Jota is into the side. Zaha is also into the side for his first start as a Wolves player. Chilwell remains after a really impressive debut, and Willy Bolly is also in to replace Deo Upamecano. So can we keep this incredible run of form going? Unbeaten, I think, still in the league since mid-November. It's now February. We've gone through all of January as well. Swansea City are welcome to the Molineux, and for pretty much the first time this season, I think we are top of the table. I'll be interested to see how the likes of Wilfred Zaha do as well in this game. Obviously, we've seen Chilwell in his first start did excellently, but Zaha is starting a game for the first time. Ziyech, though's done well to win it back in the end from Swansea. Neves, Munir, Martinez over the top there towards Ziyech. Oh, what a goal! What a move! Hakim Ziyech has finished off an absolute beauty. Oh, Wolves, stop it, son. absolutely disgraceful from Wolves. Within 5 minutes, we've taken the lead. Munir into Martinez, dinked over the top, and the first time volley right into the top corner. What a team goal. It's not like a outstanding solo goal or a long-range stunner, but the passing and movement for that goal was beautiful. Ziyech nabs his 9th Premier League goal of the season. Munir then back into Ziyech. Lovely stuff. Over the top here is Wilfried Zaha, if it can be picked out, and he has been by Hakim Ziyech. Lovely flick over the head from Wilfried Zaha, then cuts back outside, does the Ivorian, puts the ball in towards Martinez, but well blocked by the defender. Diogo Jota with the ball into him, it's over the top towards Martinez. Well done there by the goalkeeper. I think it's Mulder who's come flying out. They've just about survived here, Swansea. They might not for much longer, as Martinez is chasing men down. He's tried to dink it over the keeper. Swansea somehow survive again. They've managed to play through it this time, and this is Sander Berger out wide into Mackay, who's gone past them. Babu back into Berger, but what a block from Willy Bolly. That was huge. Ayew gets on the end of the corner. He'll try and turn, but Bolly's done really well to get there. Referee gives a free kick. Didn't look like one to me. This is a big position for Swansea to have a free kick in. It's over the wall from Carroll, but it's just over the bar. We've been testing Swansea a lot in this game. They look under serious fire, and they might be again. Neves trying to get on the end of that one. Jota gets there. This is Munir. It's still Munir, can play it out wide here into Wilfried Zaha for his first goal as a Wolves player. Wilfried Zaha gets himself on the score sheet, and it's a ridiculous celebration from the boy. Body overload, really. Massive amount of space for Zaha to run into, and he's just finessed it past the keeper. He's never going to miss from there. Zaha, the big money man of the January transfer window, has got himself his first Wolves goal. We are playing our best football of this series to date by a distance right now. Having said that, we can't rest on our laurels. Again, another block from Bolly, and another absolutely vital one from him now. Declan John just about gets there. Ziyech can lift that over the top for Jota. The back stick is Munir. What a save from the goalkeeper. Oh my word. I mean, it's a combination of a few things. It's poor from Munir, but it's great goalkeeping, and we're bringing out the fancy flicks. Zaha and Ziyech are playing in a world of their own at the moment. Honestly, some of the football we are playing is actually ridiculous now. Ayew, that's into Nathan Dyer. Great shot from him, but well pushed past the post by Max Jackson. He's had a quiet first half, so he needed to be on his toes when he was called into action, and he was there. Ayew, that's back to Mackay, back into Ayew. What a block there from Harry Maguire. Zaha gets there as well. That, though, ends probably one of the best first half performances I have ever seen us put together in this series. We may only be 2 goals up. There's been other halves of football where we've scored 4 or 5 goals, but the defensive blocking was incredible. The passing play, the movement, the fancy flicks, the finishing. Ruben Neves, once again, we're getting on our bike here. Munir through the centre. This is Munir. This surely has to be 3, but what a save again. How has Munir not scored now? This, though, is Hakim Ziyech coming forward. He's got Ruben Neves with him, and that is just wide. Krzysztof Piatek is going to be coming off the bench to make his full debut as a Wolves player. Looking forward to seeing what Piatek's got. Obviously, if we were running a later career mode save, he'd probably be about 78 or 79 overall by now, but given this is from the start of the game when literally no one knew who he was, he's only 73, which is a shame. Martinez, great ball through there towards Helder Costa, played across towards Piatek, trying to get him that debut goal, but unfortunately doesn't quite happen. That, though, is the end of the game. A little bit of a frustrating second half in the way we couldn't really keep the momentum from the first half going, but it was a game where we won it in the first half, basically. The intensity, the really good passing play, just a high-quality performance in that first half. Fair play to Swansea. Generally speaking, they actually played all right. If we'd have played against a team playing pretty averagely, that game could have been any scoreline, but Swansea actually played really well themselves. It was Hakim Ziyech who managed to grab himself man of the match with a 9.2 rating. Really good stuff from him. Martinez with a 9, Zaha with an 8.1, Munir with an 8.2. That was a bit wasteful in front of goal. So here is how the table has been affected by today's episode, and with that crucial win over Manchester United and other good performances today, we've managed to take a 2-point lead in the Premier League table. We are still unbeaten since the middle of November. It's been like 3 months now. Unreal scenes. Meanwhile, in the background, you'll now be able to see the Hall of Fame. This is where all the records and accolades are kept for this series. Josef Martinez has now got the most appearances in this series because Rui Patricio has been relegated to the bench and reserves really by Max Jackson. And finally, in the top right of the screen, you'll be able to see your player of the episode poll. There'll be plenty of candidates with 3 wins out of 3 in today's video, including maybe some of the new players as well. Feel free to cast your vote there. That though is going to wrap up today's episode of the Wolves Career Mode series here on FIFA 19. We're back to playing 4 games per episode from next time, and that includes 2 ties in the Europa League against AC Milan. But that is it from me. If you've enjoyed this episode, slap a like on it and subscribe if you are new to the channel. It's the big red button under the video and it massively helps me out. You can also follow me on social media these days too. My Twitter and Insta are at @theofficialfng and links are down below. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a great day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.
I've been smoking and drinking. Say the weed and the voice got me thinking skeptical. Boy, I better know when I'm under the influence. If I say shit, then I meant it all. Had a flashback when I used to kick ball, and the coach told me I weren't technical. Man, I lost all the air in my lungs, and it's like man took a low blow to the testicles. Now you see the spare time, I invest it all to the music. Dug deep, now I'm seeing improvements. Still forcing the ink on the page, and it feels therapeutic.